When we picture a jail overcrowding crisis, the math seems simple. Crime and convictions rise, and eventually the system runs out of beds. But Rhode Island's data tells a different story. From 2008 to 2025, the state's total correctional population dropped from over 3,800 down to about 2,300. Despite cutting the total number of inmates nearly in half, the state's correctional system is still struggling with a localized overcrowding crisis. To understand why, we have to look past the total headcount and examine the specific mechanics of how the state processes the people entering the system. In most states, managing local jails is a decentralized job. County sheriffs or local governments run their own facilities to hold people awaiting trial or serving short sentences. Rhode Island uses a unified correctional model instead. In this system, one state department oversees every part of the process, from the first day of detention to the end of a long-term prison sentence. There is no county jail network here. Every pretrial detainee and sentenced offender in the state falls under the jurisdiction of the Rhode Island Department of Corrections. The Division of Sheriffs handles courtroom security and moves prisoners between locations, but they don't manage a broad network of local jails. Because Rhode Island bypassed the county model, the detention pressure that would normally be spread across dozens of local jurisdictions is funneled into a small number of state-run facilities. That pressure is most intense at the Anthony P. Travisano Intake Service Center in Cranston, which serves as the primary entry point for the state's male population. This facility has a fixed capacity of 1,148 beds. While static, traffic is constant. In 2024, the state managed 10,000 commitments and releases through that space. The system moves fast because the average awaiting trial stay is about 27 days. This high turnover building is also responsible for newly sentenced people waiting for classification and those in protective custody, which creates constant internal friction. The operational strain at the intake center comes from high velocity. Rapid turnover breaks the system's plumbing long before every bed is full. This speed is driven by a specific group of people cycling through the system multiple times. 27% of the people committed or released that year entered the system more than once. This loop is often fueled by technical probation and parole violations, or new charges for people under community supervision. This churn complicates managing the facility. Staff must constantly reevaluate how to separate people by security level and legal status, while the population changes almost every morning. The impact also reaches the Division of Sheriffs, who maintain a heavy transport schedule to move this rotating population to and from state courthouses. In a unified system, a logjam at the front door immediately affects the security and logistical capabilities of the entire state network. If the problem is the speed of turnover, then simply building a larger jail might just result in a larger revolving door. Real solutions require looking at the system as a whole, starting with faster pretrial case processing in the courts to reduce the time people spend in intake. Expanding alternatives like home confinement and community supervision can also keep certain individuals out of detention beds entirely. The goal is to move from warehousing a population to managing the flow of admissions before they reach the intake service center. Targeting the repeat admission loop through better reentry planning and court appearance support is a direct way to slow the system's velocity. Rhode Island's compact, unified footprint means that policy changes at the department level can reach every facility in the state. Because the correctional network is so tightly interwoven, even modest improvements in treatment or alternative supervision reduce the overall churn across